from the wires above the world. I've watched, and in watching I've learned that the loudest warnings are often whispered, hidden not in government memos, leaked documents, or news broadcasts, but in places we don't expect, like a cartoon, a joke, a scene meant to make us laugh, but not all laughter is harmless. On January 25, 2015, The Simpsons aired a curious episode titled "The Musk Who Fell to Earth." It featured tech mogul Elon Musk crashing into The Simpsons' backyard, stepping out of a sleek rocket and claiming to seek inspiration for a better tomorrow. Back then, it was just another episode, just another cameo, just another outlandish satirical take on the world of celebrity and tech. But today, we look back differently. Because in May of 2025, Elon Musk officially stepped down from his role within the US government. Specifically from the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, a position custom-built for him under a new reform bill passed just the year prior. His departure was sudden, his statement was brief, but the effects, ongoing. Agencies were gutted, staff were let go, systems were overhauled, then abandoned. The experiment ended in disruption, not progress. And if you've seen that 2015 Simpsons episode, you already know how this story ends. In the show, Musk is greeted by Springfield with awe. He is revered as a genius. Homer even calls him a magician of the future. But that admiration fades quickly. Musk partners with Mr. Burns to reinvent the Springfield nuclear power plant using futuristic clean energy ideas. But there's a problem. His changes cost the company over $50 million every quarter. To stop the bleeding, Mr. Burns lays off hundreds of workers. The town turns on Musk, fast. Lisa warns that unchecked progress can lead to ruin. But no one listens. And in the end, Musk leaves alone, rejected, misunderstood, and drifting away from a town he tried to save. The message? Clear. The method? Familiar. And now, eerily, replicated in the real world. Let's rewind to early 2025. Elon Musk, already the face of Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and the X platform, steps into government. Not through an election, not by appointment in the usual sense, but through a special act designed to optimize the federal government's digital efficiency and economic lean structure. DOGE was a real agency, even if it sounded like a meme. The goal? Cut spending, remove red tape, and upgrade the nation's digital infrastructure with Musk-style speed and scale. For a time, it worked. Budgets shrank. Paper systems were scrapped. Cloud transitions sped up. But then, things broke. Some departments resisted the changes. Others collapsed under the pace. Whistleblowers warned of decisions made without oversight. Automation systems rolled out before protocols were in place. Contracts were signed, then vanished. Projects were launched and terminated within days. And through it all, Musk kept moving, tweeting, building, pushing. Until May 28th, when he resigned, citing, in his words, a misalignment of visions. He was in and out, like a comet. But The Simpsons showed us this already. In the episode, Musk arrives as a hero. He leaves as a threat. He brings vision. He leaves chaos. He promises revolution. He delivers collapse. Sound familiar? The question, then, isn't whether The Simpsons predicted it. That's just the surface. The real question is how. Let's consider the possibilities. Maybe it's coincidence. A show that's been running for decades is bound to land a few strange hits. Random events that later match real life. A statistical fluke. But what if it's more than that? There's a concept in conspiracy circles called predictive programming. The idea that fiction is used to precondition the public for real-world events. That stories are seeded into our entertainment. Not to entertain, but to prepare. So when the thing happens, we don't question it. We say, huh, just like that show, and we move on. Was The Simpsons preparing us? Was Elon Musk's arc, from savior to scapegoat, laid out in animated yellow long before the real-world version unfolded? Because this isn't an isolated case. The show has predicted Donald Trump's presidency, the Disney-Fox merger, smartwatches, COVID-19 and lockdown culture, the discovery of the Higgs boson particle. Even a corrupted voting machine scandal all aired before these events became global headlines. Now add Elon Musk's political flameout to the list, and the image becomes harder to laugh at. In the episode, Musk is portrayed as a tragic futurist, too ahead of his time, too emotionally detached. Lisa sees it. Burns sees it. Even Homer, in his own dim way, senses the danger. In the real world, Elon Musk is both celebrated and feared, a visionary, a disruptor, a billionaire whose companies stretch from satellites to brain chips. His rise through industry has been meteoric, his entry into government, explosive, and his exit, mysterious. Why leave? Why now? And why does it mirror an episode from a cartoon so perfectly that even the quotes, misaligned visions, public fallout, a mistake we can't afford again, feel copy-pasted? Maybe The Simpsons isn't just making predictions, maybe it's revealing truths disguised as jokes. Maybe someone behind that show knows more than they're allowed to say, unless it's behind a punchline. Think about it. What if The Simpsons is a tool, a platform used not just for satire, but for signaling? A series of warnings hiding in plain sight? And if that's the case, if these episodes are more than entertainment, then what else have they already told us? What happens next? Is this the end of Musk's influence in government, or just the beginning of something larger? Because here's the thing. In the episode, Musk leaves Springfield, but he doesn't quit. He gets in his rocket and flies to the next opportunity, the next project, the next place to implement his vision. Sound like someone you know? So maybe the episode isn't a complete mirror. Maybe it's a template. And if we've already seen how it starts, the question now becomes, how does it end? You've been watching the news. You've seen the tweets, the headlines, the fallout. You've probably shrugged at some of it, laughed at the memes, moved on. But I haven't. I watch from above. I track the patterns, the signals, the moments everyone else forgets. And when they resurface, dressed as jokes from the past, I connect them. Because none of this is random. It's written, scripted, not always in government offices, but sometimes in TV writers' rooms. The crow doesn't laugh. The crow remembers. And I remember this episode. I remember the town that welcomed a genius, then ran him out. I remember the fallout that followed, the silence that came next. And I remember the moment everyone stopped paying attention, thinking it was over. It's not, because these aren't episodes, they're warnings. And this was only one. There are more files, more patterns, more stories dressed as punchlines waiting to be decoded, and I'll be here, perched, watching. Until next time, to stay aware, stay awake, and if something feels familiar, and it probably is,